Yo, what's up everyone, and welcome to DotaGodTV, and I'm your favorite host, Hanson. Welcome everyone, and today this video is about the new patch that they just released a few hours ago, maybe, or this morning, my morning, maybe it might be your yesterday. But it's gonna be my morning, this morning, that we all received this patch note, and it's called 7.19B for Bliat. 7.19 Bliat. Released on 1st September 2018. It was on the 2nd for me. Duh. General changes. Hi, Meat Poo. So let's get into it. Wait a second. Let me log off my Facebook just in case if I start lagging. So, general changes. Buyback respawn time penalty changed from plus 25% of remaining time to plus 25 seconds always. I don't actually realize. I actually played a few games today, but I don't know what's the difference for the buyback respawn time. I actually want to see a significant change. If you guys feel anything about the buyback respawn time penalty, please let me know in the comments. Either you're watching this live or watching the replay later. Please let me know in the comments what's the change. I don't really know what's the big deal. I think this is no big deal. Or it means 20% of remaining time means the remain of respawn time. So if you buy back, if like you have 10 to 5 seconds respawn time, it doesn't calculate that seconds into times 25%. Instead, it's always plus 25 seconds. I think that's what it means. Yeah, so no matter if you buy back early or late, it doesn't matter anymore. After you die, you can buy back anytime. It's always plus 25 seconds, I guess. And hi, Miguel Gonzalez. Yeah, I think Spectre is gone for a bit. I actually did read through the patch note before I do this video, because I want to test it out in game, like how significant are all these changes. Level 2 XP requirement change from 200 to 230. If you don't roam at level 1, it shouldn't be too much of a difference. But if you do roam at level 1, let's say you're roaming, TPing mid, running all 3 lanes to gank, maybe to get level 2 takes a bit longer. So I think they're trying to prevent level 1 rotation. But I usually roam after at least level 2, because most of the support have their power spike at level 2. For example, Lion, you want to have a stun and a hex before you start roaming, right? So you can do more impact. For Dark Willow, you can Bramble Mace plus her 3rd skill or 2nd skill, either one. I think Bramble Mace plus Shadow Realm is usually what we usually get, because then you can dodge skills as well as stunning people. Most of the roaming supports, they have the power spike at level 2. So this is trying to prevent roamers to roam at level 1. For example, most people like to roam, especially in the higher tier game, is like some hero like Earth Spirit, right? So this is trying to nerf Earth Spirit from roaming at level 1 and still getting like level 2 pretty fast in the lane. So yep, that's just a basic nerf to level 1 roamers, I think, in my opinion. Otherwise it wouldn't make sense. Plus 30 XP is not much if you're sitting in lane. If you're playing like a dual lane, the effect of this is not that much. You don't even realize it. It's just 1 extra creep, I think. The way they describe this, in a scenario where Team A gets 2 melee denies per wave and Team B gets 1 melee deny per wave, Team A wave requirement for level 2 increases from 2 waves to 3 waves. Team B wave requirement remains at 3 waves. This is so confusing, man. I think there's a mistake here. I think maybe Team A should get level 2 in 2 waves and Team B should have reach level 2 in 3 waves. Total XP needed for other levels unchanged. So everything else is basically the same. So it's easier from level 2 to level 3 now because it's closer, right? Yes, because I think Spectre needs a nerf, a good nerf. His win rate is too high. That hero is not like overly overpowered in the early game. He's not strong early game, but he's really strong late game. Like really strong. Leaf is now on cooldown until the 3-minute timer in game. So now this one is a big change because all the higher tier players, including players in this year's International 8, in TI 8, they use Glyph aggressively just to control the crit wave, especially mid lane. They use that tactic for controlling the crit equilibrium or to force a tower push before 3 minutes. So this actually prevents it to be used, but this also endanger all the tier 1. So now if you can figure out an under 3 minutes like push strat with like 3 heroes, then you can 100% get the tower without Glyph protection. This is a bit scary. This is scary in a way, actually. Let's say maybe, okay, a Brute Mother plus Nature's Prophet plus Lone Druid. Under 3 minutes, I think can easily take a tier 1, right? Yeah, I think we're gonna see some cheesy strat later on, like a pre 3-minute push strat or something. But still, you have to plan into the mid-late game, right? So even though you get the tower, it doesn't mean much in this patch, especially. Pushing tower is like really unnecessary, like too early. So this actually makes sense in a way. You don't want to have a push strat because push strat is really bad now. Like 20 minutes high ground is not really that great anymore. Even if you get high ground by 20 minutes, before 20 minutes, so what? People have a comeback high ground defense strat. They can still come back with the Spectre. I think OG proved this, that this is a comeback patch more than a push strat. Like last year in TI7, Liquid won because of their push strat, right? It's so strong. But this patch, 7.19, is a comeback patch. So you can lose the first 20 minutes and still come back if you have the right lineup and if you know how to do it. I think I'm right about this part, right? Because OG proved just proven this to everyone else in the world. This is a comeback patch, and OG is really good with comeback patches. I think the previous 4 mages OG won, they're all comeback patches. When Miracle was in OG, and when Miracle left OG, all their wins in all those major, they're all comeback patches. Like the support 4-5 patch it was at first, and then it was a comeback patch, and then they nerfed comeback patch, and then last year was a push strat. Last year's TI was a push strat patch, and then this year is back to a comeback patch. So get ready, guys. Get a comeback lineup. Something like Sniper, Spectre, you know, all this hero that can defend high ground efficiently. Even the new hero, Grimstroke, works very well for a comeback game. So draft it in your next game and try to plan for a comeback game instead of just early pushes. So next will be item changes. Hi Sultan Arkaki. GG that's Dota lol. Nah, it's always like this. It's always changing since Dota 1, since the first beta I've ever played, since the first release. It's always evolving and changing. Stout Shield damage block for melee heroes increased. So now Stout Shield is more important than ever. I think it's even better to counter Brute now. It was so good against Brute before, even before this. Now it's even better. And you can buy 2 Stout Shields for even more damage block. Ring of Aquila. Bonus damage reduced from 10 to 7. I really don't like this because after they remove the Poor Man's Shield, I think this is the item we rely on most for early damage when you're playing core. And once they remove this one, like, it's pretty significant to me. From 10 to 7, but it's not significant enough to make people stop buying Ring of Aquila. So there you go. Just a little bit, a tad less damage. Maybe like 25% less damage? No, about 20. No, about 15% less damage. I'm sorry. Or 10. It was like agility. Usually agility hero gets this, so it's 9 plus 10. So it's 19 damage. Now minus 3 is like, they took away 15 damage. 15% of the damage. So if you use a percentage on this item, then it's quite significant because 15% is kind of a lot to this item. It's a small item, but it's the basic item that you need for farming. At least your first item after your starting item. Mechanism heal increase from 250 to 275. A tad increase, 10% increase of healing. Because no people buy mechanism anymore, unless you play a hero that makes into Guardian Greaves. Otherwise, like, very little people buy this item anymore. Most people would have bought Urn of Shadow instead of this, because it's more efficient and so much cheaper, and it doesn't require mana, right? And you can damage and heal. Damage or heal, you can choose between that. But for mechanism, you can only heal but not damage your enemies. And it's so expensive. It's like 2250. Urn of Shadows heal rate reduce. Okay, so what they are trying to do here is they're trying to force people to buy mechanism instead of using Urn of Shadow. So they reduce the heal rate by 5 per second, right? Hey, Tengku Alif, I'm doing the patch note now. And Spirit Vessel, heal rate reduced from 35 to 30, the same. Movement speed, bonus reduced from 30 to 20. What? Win rates give you 25 move speed, right? So it's 20 move speed now? What is Windlace's move speed? Oh, it's still 20. So instead of increasing the move speed, it remains the same now. Okay. Okay. We got it. We got it. So no more 10 increased move speed every time after you make your Windlace into a Spirit Vassal. Scythe of Ice mana cost increase from 100 to 250. This is a lot. I haven't bought Scythe of Ice for the past few games that I tried, so I don't know. So how much mana are you getting if you buy a Scythe of Ice? It's 35 intelligence. There should be more than 250 mana. Should be, in theory. Yeah, thank God they didn't nerf the Spirit Vessel. They just nerfed the heal. They reduced by 5, but they didn't reduce the damage. The damage remains the same. The damage is still 25 per second for this. Cast on enemies. So 250 damage or less. 200 damage in total. What? 200 damage in total for Scythe of Ice. I mean for Urn of Shadow, and then Spirit Vessel is still the same, 1% of current health per second. If you heal, if you damage, it's stronger. Reduces health by 4.5%. And then reduces HP regeneration and healing by 70% and still deals 20 damage per second. I think that's the same. Face Boots speed bonus on range heroes reduced from 16 to 13%. This is like a direct nerf to Wind Ranger and Death Prophet, right? Who else makes Face Boots as a range hero? I think not many. Only a few. And then instant turn rate is now melee only feature. So they want to encourage more melee heroes to buy Face Boots, but not many that I know that use Face Boots. I know Spec sometimes uses it, but now the trend is more like people prefer making power trats more than Face Boots nowadays on Spec, and even on Juggernaut. Like people don't make Face Boots as much as before anymore for some reason. I don't know. And that changes. That the nerf on this is all I can think of is they're trying to nerf Wind Ranger. It just seems like that. And Death Prophet. Who else uses, which other range hero uses Face Boots? Can let me know. If you guys play a range hero that utilizes Face Boots a lot, please let me know in the comments. Kling's at times. Kling's usually use power trats because he needs attack speed more than damage, because he already got the damage. He just need more attack speed, right? Ah, Nature's Prophet, yep. Yep, Nature's Prophet uses Face Boots. So that's a nerf on Nature's Prophet. Yep, that's a cancer hero that you can nerf, actually. Enchantress, yes, and Enchantress as well. Direct nerf for Enchantress. She's got so much move speed, and she's so hard to kill. And with that extra turn rate, yes, you're right about Enchantress. Mirana, yes, Mirana is Cancer as well. Kaiser, Ryota. So that's a direct nerf for Mirana as well, yes. Pop Klings, not so sure. I see many Klings making face boots. Not really, but Mirana, yes. Enchantress, Wind Ranger, Nature's Prophet. All this hero use. Luna? Not really, right? Lena, yes. Direct nerf on Lena. Ooh, so many heroes when I come to think of it. Yes, and this heroes need some nerf. They're really strong in lane already. Like, especially Mirana. Mirana is so annoying with face boots, right? Face boots and Aquila. Early game. He can just right click you to death. I think there's another nerf on Mirana's skill as well. So that's a good nerf for the overpowered hero right now in lanes. Especially range heroes that use face boots and Aquila. They're so strong. Crosswax Invoker, yes. Yeah, this face boots is very smart in my opinion. Instead of, you know, changing the hero's skill dynamics, just fucking nerf the most the most purchased item on that hero that creates the early game impact, because some heroes are really overpowered in the laning stage. For example, Enchantress, right? That hero is crazy good. I don't think there's any changes to Wind Ranger, only the face boost nerf. Very smart nerf this time. And all the other skills as well is very smart. Like, they do it in a way that doesn't hurt the hero, but actually makes them less OP. Gyrocopter, yes. Sniper as well. Yep. Sniper, I always buy face boots on Sniper. And Venomancer as well. I love face boots on Veno. So now they don't move that fast anymore. And they don't have that instant turn rate anymore. So now it's easier to abuse their turn rate. Especially in the professional scene, it's easier to abuse the turn rate and fuck them up. I think it's a bit too quiet, huh? Let's get some music. Music, music, music. So quiet. If my girlfriend farts beside me, you guys can hear it, right? My favorite Jug still OP. Yeah. Face Chan. Oh yeah. Face Chan. But not really that effective with Face Chan. Chan still needs his mana boots. Any nerf to Spectre? Big nerf. Kind of a big nerf. But not... That's not until the extent that people will stop playing Spec, but it just makes him less OP. In other words. Let's go into heroes, guys. Hero changes. Alchemist. Hi, Mark Capilli. I'm from Australia. Medusa face boots, yes. Medusa, yep. So nerfing face boot on range hero is actually a good thing to do, because actually they could have took it off completely, but then you need those buff, like the instant turn rate on heroes like Juggernaut. Some melee heroes really need that, and a very small pool of melee heroes use face boots. I think very small pool. Most of the melee heroes would use either mana boots, right, or power treads. I think more power treads on melee heroes, because usually they're cores that wants to hit fast, or like for example Bristleback, or he can use mana boots early and then make into power trats later, or just TP boots. For example, Alchemist, right? Just make TP boots. He was so good with face boots at one time, Alchemist. I remember playing early game ganking Alchemist at one point. But now that's not the trend anymore. Now it's like farm, farm, farm. Work, work, work. Work, 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 work. When you pay Alchemist, you work, 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 work. PA jog, yeah. You need to jump in and then get out really quickly. You need the turn rate. So let's go into hero changes now. Alchemist Grivel's great bounty rune multiplier reskill. Thank God this have to be fixed. 3.5 constantly to 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. So OP at level 1. You can just keep this in at level 1 and max your unstable concoction with this buff. But now you can't do that anymore. Now it's either you're strong in lane or you're stronger in farm. Otherwise, you just keep this at level 1 and then you can still max your unstable concoction and you can still dominate the lane, and your supports can still help you grab bounty runes and shit at the 5 and 10 minutes while you have Grivel's Grit at level 1. So this is bullshit. Remove this. This is good. So by removing this doesn't make Alchemist too weak, but it doesn't make him overpowered in farming as well. Especially when you get good supports that roams the bounty rune, right? Bloodseeker Blood Rage heal rate reduce. So from 19 to 16, I think this is okay because you can just, in this patch, everyone just level 1 Blood Rage. At level 6, you maybe have a 1-1-3-1 build. So you have 1 level of Blood Rage, 1 level on Silence, 1 level on his 3rd skill, and then 1 level on his ult. I mean 3 level on his 3rd skill. Right? I mean, that's how most people play, or 3 levels on his Silence, and he's pretty much dominating every lane. So this is kind of a good nerf. But I think they need to buff Bloodseeker's late game presence a little bit more, because this guy is still kind of weak in the late game. He's more like a utility silence guy in the mid-late game, because he doesn't scale well into late game. I think they should buff him a little bit in the late game and then reduce him. You can even reduce even more in the early game, like 10. This could start at 10, you know, 10, 15, 10, 15, 20, 25, you know, something like that. Make him less stronger so we can see more Bloodseeker core, you know what I mean? Where the video of my prediction result? I actually did one. It's in my channel, and you can find it in my Facebook as well as my Discord. Mark Capilli. I've already did it. %, second skill uptime at level 25. It's funny. Yeah, for Bloodseeker, right? So it's like oh, you mean like Alchemist? Or you mean Bloodseeker? They're both pretty strong in the late game with their second skill. No worries, Mark Capelli. Broodmother, base agility reduced by 3. So that's gonna reduce his armor by a little bit, and then it's just gonna be a little bit harder to last hit at level 1 because it's only base agility reduced. But then I think that's nothing, right? Because he doesn't really rely a lot on his last hits by himself, but with his baby spiders. Hi CK, yes, another gameplay update. Chan Penitence duration reduced from 8 to 5, 6, 7, 8. So now at level 1, it's only 5 seconds. I mean, Chan is already pretty weak in the lower bracket. If you nerf him a little bit more, this guy is like probably not pick at all in the lower bracket, but maybe in the higher bracket people still utilize him a lot. I'm stuck in the lower bracket lately, so haven't seen much Chan at all. Can't really say anything about it. Even in TI, not many people pick Chan, but OG did won the finals with Chan, so yeah. But it wasn't Chan at all that is causing anything. I don't think it's Chan at all that OG won. So I'm not sure if Valve should nerf this guy, man. This poor guy. And his late game is shit. So if you nerf his early game, how is this guy gonna be useful at all? Right? I mean, he's not good late game. If it's not good early game, then why pick him? There'll be another video, Mark Capilli. I'll talk about the market after this one. I'm gonna do about the trading tips after this video. So stay tuned. Legend 5 is low. Crystal Maiden. Klink's base strength reduced by 2. Okay, this means that he will die faster in the early stage with maybe when you used to juke people and run away with 1 HP, this time you die because reduced 2 strength, I believe it's 40 HP. 40 HP can be 1 hit from a support. So he will die with 1 less hit. Right now. Klinks is easier to punish in the early game, in the laning stage. So I think this patch is to nerf all those crazily good laners, okay? That's too strong in the lane. So now he's easier to kill by 1 more hit. I mean by 1 less hit. You can kill him. So that makes him a tad weaker. Crystal Maiden, Crystal Nova mana cost increase at the later stage. So it's like Valve is like telling you to keep it at level 1. If you max this skill first, you're gonna run out of mana quickly. It's not much of an increase. Increase 5, 10, and 15 mana per level. It's okay. I don't think Crystal Maiden is even like that strong to that you need to nerf his first skill. I mean her first skill. I think she's strong, but she's also very weak, you know. Too squishy. But she's a good hero to spam in this patch actually. She's pretty good, especially in Pops games. And if the enemy doesn't have stun or silence, you can pick that. So no Aquila on Jock's sniper? No, you still make Aquila. It's just 3 damage less. So it's still a good item. You still get like 16 damage. Before you have 19, now you have 16. I can't add anyone anymore. You can add my channel here, DotaGodTV, or this one, bracket g.o.d close bracket, or add both if you want to. This is the only way you can add me now. My friend list is too full. Mark Capilli. Weaver should be nerfed too. Weaver is nerfed. Weaver is nerfed this patch. I remember seeing it. It's nerfed. Weaver is nerfed so hard. I cannot play my support Weaver anymore. Hi, Ellie LaSalle. Skill 1 is a lot, Midpo. It's a lot, man. You don't have enough mana for skill 1 anymore now if you play Weaver. Spectre needs bigger nerf, maybe even a rework. She's just too OP. Yeah, she's OP, man. But this nerf, I think, is not significant enough. Yeah, you're right. Maybe it needs a bigger nerf. Hello. Yep, I noticed you, Ellie. Yep. Oops. Where were we just now? We were at Crystal Maiden, right? Okay. Now Dark Willow, Shadow Realm, damage reduced. Yep, this guy definitely needs a nerf. I play Dark Willow a lot. Sometimes I keep Shadow Realm at level 1. It's 120 damage at level 1 now. It's 90, 180. It's not that big of a nerf, but it's still a good nerf at level 1. Curse Crown cast point increase. I actually played Dark Willow before I do this patch note. And I don't feel anything change on Curse Crown. Maybe it's easier to blink away or you know, run into and juke in the shadows in the nighttime, because it's like 0.1 seconds. It needs 0.1 seconds more time to cast it. Before this is more like an instant cast. So maybe it's easier to juke away, but not much of a difference. Drow Ranger base agility reduced from 26 to 19. Okay, this is the biggest nerf in Dota history, I think. Drow Ranger. Base agility reduced by 7. Have you ever seen anyone reduced by 7? Look at Klinks. This hero got base strength reduced by 2, right? Usually it's reduced by 1 or 2 or 3. But Drow Ranger got his base agility reduced by 7. I think this is like the biggest nerf, like seriously, in the history of Dota. I've never seen anyone reduce more than 3 or 4 stats. This is 7 stats taken away. That's 1 extra armor. I think 7 agility is 1 armor. 1 armor down. So this hero will be extra squishy. 1 armor down. Plus agility down. But here's the buff. Agility gain increased from 1.9 to 2.2. This is also one of the biggest buff. Not to say one of the biggest buff, but this is a good buff on Drow Ranger after removing that. 0.3 agility extra. So now at 10 levels, you get extra 3 damage. That's a very little. That's very little. 0.3. 3 damage and 3 extra agility. That's not that significant. But it's still a good buff after they nerfed it. So at 25 levels, you will have the same armor as you have at level 1 before. Nani? Is this like killing Drow, or is this making Drow too OP in the late game? I don't know, man. But I think this is a rebalance. So they took 7 agility away and give it back when you're level 25. Are you serious? So at level 25, he's still the same. Anyway, Drow is a late game hero, right? I don't know, man. But this is at least 1 less armor for sure for level 1 Drow. So it's easier to right click down. Base attack animation time improve. So he right clicks a little bit faster. like 0.05 seconds faster. I don't know how much will that change, but it's definitely not enough. The buffs are not enough to make up for the nerfs, for sure. So there you go, a nerf on Drow Ranger. I think this guy is really OP at the moment. Drow Ranger, one of the most OP hero in this patch. If you're good with Drow Ranger, spam it, and I guarantee you an increase of MMR. For sure, if you spam Drow Ranger every game. And I'll tell your team to pick 5 range heroes. So easy to push. I have Facebook page, Mark Kapili. It's in the description or in all of my video. You can find it. I do have a Facebook page. So now everyone understands, right, about Drow? Midpool, do you understand now? It removes 7 agility, but improves the increase for 0.3. So at 10 levels is 3.0, at 20 levels is 6.0, right? And then at 25 level is 7.5. So remove it and give it back when you're level 25. I hope you guys understand this. So this is a direct nerf on his agility. Yeah, Kublai Khan, yep. I think you're right about remove his bonus damage from precision aura at lower levels. Yes. Biggest nerf was when they didn't let the Arc Warden gain rapier. Oh yeah, that's one of the biggest nerf as well for a hero. Hey Funny Gaming, welcome. Spam Drow easy MMR, yep. But after this nerf, I'm not so sure. I have to try it to understand. Before, it's so easy to play. Like everyone, literally anyone in the low tier can just spam Drow Ranger. If your team wants to fight, it's okay, you fight. If your team doesn't want to fight, it's okay, just go red. Buy a Shadow Blade, start red. Pushing towers. This guy can do it himself. He's like probably one of the fastest pushers in Dota 2. Enchantress base movement speed reduced by 15. Okay, Enchantress got a pretty huge nerf as well. 15 movement speed is a lot for a hero like this guy. Because he needs his early advantage, probably even without a boots or with a boots, a base brown boots. But now you have to maybe think of maybe she have better movement speed after she get face, but before she get face, it's easy to lock down and chase her right now. And it's harder for her to chase you until like rush under your tower, kill you and run away because of that less 15 movement speed, or it's easier to punish if she overextends, I think. I think they need to nerf more than 15, man. Probably next patch is going to reduce by 5, by 10 again. They need to reduce more than that. Gyrocopter base agility reduced by 5. So base damage and armor unchanged. So he has the same armor and damage, but base agility reduced by 5. See, this is unchanged, right? But Drow Ranger, it didn't say unchanged. Only base damage unchanged, right? But the base armor has changed. Is that what it means? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But I think the armor is like less by 1 right now for Drow, but not Gyro. Because Gyro is already squishier than Drow, I think. It's easier to first blood Gyro than Drow Ranger. Yep, no more. But Gyro, this nerf is I think it's pretty useless because he doesn't rely a lot on agility. I think basically this nerf It's just to compensate with Drow's aura, right? Precision aura. So if you nerf Drow and you don't nerf the other hero, they're still gaining like a lot of damage from Drow's precision aura. But if you nerf this and nerf this at the same time, then everyone cannot benefit from Drow's aura. If that makes sense. Huskar base damage reduced by a lot. 42 to 40 and 51 to 45. 6 damage reduced. Level 10 talent increased from 175 to 225 health. Who's gonna take this? Everyone would take damage, right? Over health. So this is just to give some people a second choice if you don't want to take damage. If you're playing a tanker Huskar, which probably doesn't even make sense here, but maybe they're promoting tanker Huskar, something. Gyro is not such a big deal, like because his base armor and damage is still the same. So the base agility reduced by 5. It's maybe Drow's aura, I think. I can't be too sure. Spirit's cooldown. Oh my god, this poor guy. Io gets nerfed every patch, even now? And no one plays him anymore? There's no like so little bans and picks in TI. And the win rate is so low even in TI. I think Liquid even lost with Io, right? A lot of teams lost with Io, and this guy still gets nerfed. Spirit's cooldown from 20, 18, 16, 14 to 26, 22, 18, 14. Poor guy. Level 10 talent reduced. 25 XP to 20. Another nerf. Because no one takes plus 45 damage, I'm pretty sure. You don't really need the damage, except me when I'm playing a troll game. Mirana talent level 15 talent reduced from 100 to 80. Leap attack speed. I don't think that's a lot of a difference. I think it's still okay. Unless they reduce it to like 50 or 60, then that's really significant. Probably in the next patch they will nerf it again. So this patch they nerf a little bit, next patch they nerf a little bit, and then people think it's like, oh, it's not too big of a nerf, but it's actually a really big nerf if you combine the past few patches. This hero is still good. Still really strong in the laning stage. Nature's Prophet, base damage reduced by 3. It's still annoying. I just met a Nature's Prophet like a few games ago, and this guy is still damn annoying, man. That base damage reduction is like, you don't feel anything. You feel like this hero is buff or something. Necrophos agility rescale from 15 plus 1.2 to 12 plus 1.3. Less agility means less armor. Base movement speed reduced by 5. Oh no, this guy is also getting so many nerfs every patch. I think this guy keeps getting nerfed after TI7, right? And they're still nerfing this guy. Phantom Lancer, level 25 talent reduced from -7 seconds doppelganger to 6 seconds. What? Only 1 second less? I think you should remove... You should make it like 5 seconds. Right? This is still like 4 seconds. Before, when it's -7 seconds, it's like every 3 seconds you can doppelganger. Now you can do it every 4 seconds. It's like 1 second extra. Is that gonna make a big change? I don't know, but I hope that extra second helps. I don't know if it's a lot. You guys tell me if that's a lot. 1 second extra. But since it's like pseudo spellcaster, he would only have problems trading CS. You mean Gyro? Tenku Alif? No! He won't have problem trading CS because the base damage and armor is unchanged. So they reduce agility by 5, but they plus 5 damage back. That's what it means. And that agility doesn't affect the armor. Unlike Drow Ranger, it's like 1 less armor for sure. Your manly Huskar even gets buff. Silencer, Arcane Curse, mana cost increase. So no more level 1 Silencer that spams like 10 Arcane Curse on you at level 1. So now they need more mana at level 1. That's like 30% more mana. That's a lot. Or should be 50% more mana than its usual one. Plus 30 mana, that's a lot. That's like, if you can do like 3 Arcane Curse before this, now you can only do 2. I'm sure you can do like 6 Arcane Curse at level 1. Now you can only do 4. So that's the difference. 50% more mana. At least close to 50, like 47% maybe. Spectral Dagger. Here comes Spectre. Yeah, a lot, man. 50% more mana is a lot. Spectral Dagger, linger duration reduced from 2 to 1. So before this, I think after you use Spectral Dagger, you can face into the trees for like 2 seconds, but now you only have 1 second. We can try this out actually. I think that's what it means, right? I haven't tried playing Spectre today after the nerf. So now after you use his first skill, you only have 1 second to run around. So you cannot go too far. One second. It's still enough for me to get in there. Nani? Let's try it this way. Is that 1 second? It feels like 2 seconds to me. Feels like that's a 2 seconds distance. You guys tell me, is that 1 or 2? Yeah, that's 1 second is still a lot, man. Okay, let's do it this way. See, that's still really good distance. I thought that's a 2 seconds distance. Looks like a 2 seconds distance to me. See? That's good enough for you to run over, like, if you change that into, if you want to interpret that into the range in Dota, I think that's like 600 range. That's like 800 range. That's like SK stun distance. 1 second you can run 800 range without boots. What if you have face boots? This is not much of a nerf, to be honest. Let's see how far you can run with face boots. I have to wait for this one to disappear. No, that's definitely more than 4,500. Oh shit, wrong click. That's like at least 700 range units. I forgot to click my Facebook. Actually, I clicked the wrong key. Okay, now I'm stuck here. I can't move left or right, right? I think Facebook is enough for me to get here to here. Isn't that like 1,000 range? Okay, let's check this out. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. He's still really good. That nerf is pretty much insignificant if you have a Facebook. It feels the same as before. If that's what they mean by linger duration, reduced from 2 to 1. I don't actually feel it. Feels the same. Without boots, it is like 700 units away. Two seconds sounds OP, but it doesn't feel that much of a difference between 1 and 2 seconds when I try it out. So if your reaction is slow, minimum you still get like 500 units away, at least 500-600 units away. Dispersion, max reflection range reduced from 1,000 to 700. Okay, 1,000 is really OP, but the damage for 1,000 is actually very low. Now 700 is still, I think it's still too big. Too big, the AoE. They should reduce it to like 500 AoE, I think. Anything more than 500 AoE is bullshit, man. This is still a little bit too big. Desolate single hero range check increase from 325 to 375. This means that if the enemy's heroes stand closer to each other, it's easier to stand closer to each other to block his Desolate damage. That's all it means. So this is 50 range is not that much. Not that big of a deal. So the real nerf, I think it's only like, I think this guy deserves a bigger nerf than this. He will still stay at like very high win percentage. Probably it will drop like 1-2% at its maximum, but I think it probably won't even drop. Tiny tree grab mana cost increase. So more mana at level 1 for his tree grab. Avalanche cooldown increase. So it needs more time. I don't think Tiny is that OP, to be honest. I don't know. That is not the reason why people pick Tiny. It's not because of the tree grab. It's too OP in the early game. Or it's not even the Avalanche. It's his ultimate when he hits level 6. He have that free what do you call that? What do you call that shit again? It's like he's got a free Aeon Disc when he gets level 6. Or Aeon Disc. This one. Status resistance. So free Aeon Disc when he gets level 6. I think that's the most OP part. And that's what I think. At least. Hi, Erfic. Oh, you made it. It's in the middle now. It's almost ending already. It's not just starting. We have like 4 more heroes to go, and this is the end of this video. But I'm doing its second video, so don't worry about the trading tips. Your Dota 2 crashed when I start this. Michael, are you serious? Ursa, overpowered. Overpower mana cost increase. Oh, this is big, man. This is huge for Ursa. Overpower mana cost increased from 45 to 75. Let's see. This is a lot. This is a joke. Then how are we gonna play Ursa? Damn, this hero is already bad late game. Now you nerf his early game. It's like Valve is like saying, fuck you guys, no more Ursa. I don't want to see any more Ursa.
I defend what is mine.
I mean, you should nerf his... If you want to nerf Ursa, right? Nerf his first skill.
Let them see our teeth.
His first skill is the OP thing, is only 5 seconds cooldown. Let's level to level 3. 75 mana? How many times can you use this at level 3?
Yes.
4 times maximum?
Against all strength.
What? So now both his skill is a constant 75 mana? You should nerf his first skill, man. Not this one. Oh my god. Oh my god. If you use one, you can only use 2 Earth Shock and 2 Overpower. Or at level 3. Oh lord. So 4 times maximum.
Go to.
Okay, so maybe at level 1 you can only use it 3 times.
Who calls me?
3 times maximum. Nani?
Yes.
So this guy has to make Ring of Aquila now? Or do you guys always make Ring of Aquila?
The enemy is near.
I never make Ring of Aquila on this guy.
We fight as one.
Maybe I should start making Ring of Aquila.
Yes.
I usually only make like a Basilisk ring. Like I used to upgrade Basilisk ring into Vladimir's offering, but I don't buy that item anymore, so I'll probably use this just to sustain in the earlier stages. But now this is not enough. Now you need the Ring of Aquila, so you get a little bit more mana and mana regen. Oh my lord. This hero is so bad now, like, so the trend now is to play 1-1 and then max your Fury Stripes, so you use less mana and overpower, right? So or people play 2-1-2 because when you skill your Aftershock at level 2, it doesn't use extra mana. Now it's like what? Level 1 overpower is so mana costly. I think it's probably better to just max 3-1-1. Just max your Aftershock. First, it does more damage. Second, it's only 5 seconds cooldown. And third, you don't have to hit people like a few times. Right? So now you play 3-1-1 on Ursa. Because 1 extra hit, I don't think 1 extra hit overpower is better than taking extra damage from Aftershock. It's 50 damage, instant damage. And then you can slow, there's extra slow now if you skill Aftershock first. So you get 45% more slow, as well as 190 damage in one hit AoE. So we might see people playing 3-1-1 now. LOL. If that's the case. Because that extra one attack, I don't think extra one attack is better than one more level of extra shock, of aftershock. In my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong. So now this is the best patch to play your support Ursa. Max aftershock, run around and kill everyone. LOL. RIP carry Ursa. RIP. Vengeful Spirit. Wave of Terror. Wave of Terror cooldown increased from 10 to 16, 14, 12, 10. What? Another nerf on Venji? I remember Venji has a talent tree that reduced that skill. Oh, I know. Maybe they're trying to nerf support Ursa. So you can't run around fucking everyone up with a level 1 overpower. I know. They're trying to nerf support Ursa. So now if you want to play Ursa, play properly as a core and farm in your lane until you max your overpower. Then you start running around. No more level 1 roaming Ursa, man. That's a nerf for support Ursa actually. And yeah, that's what I think it is. Wave of Terror cooldown now is 16 seconds. What if... So if we go and click Vanji, he has a talent tree that minus 6 seconds Wave of Terror cooldown. Minus 6 seconds at level 15. But now it's plus 6 seconds at level 1. So at level 16, usually all 3 skills are maxed out, so it doesn't really matter. Yep, doesn't really matter that much. So you scale back to 10 seconds anyway. It's just the early game. So usually we have 1 point on Wave of Terror just to harass the enemy and give vision, like tree vision, if Monkey King is on the tree, or if your enemies juke in the tree line and you want to see if they're still there or not. You usually use Wave of Terror to give that vision. So we used to be able to spam it every 10 seconds, but now it's 16 seconds. It's harder to use to give vision now. You're surprised they didn't nerf the new hero. They actually nerfed the new hero, but not from here. They actually have a patch, but it's not in the patch note. It was nerfed hard. Rift King, Rift Blast. Cooldown increase. Oh yeah, I tried Rift King. It's not much of a difference actually. It still feels the same. Everything still feels the same after the extra 3 seconds nerf. It doesn't feel that much. Because in this patch, this is not the skill you prior anyway. You might want to prior your skeletons over this one for push. Or if you're jungling, you can skill your third skill first. If you're at your farm, usually in lower tier, especially Rift King like to jungle. So people will only stay at 1 level with this. It's just that it's not so easy to first blood anymore. It's harder to first blood, but it doesn't feel that much of a difference in this nerf. So it's just a baby nerf to me. Oh yeah, did I skip Weaver? Weaver the Swarm. Mana cost increased from 70 to 110 at level 1. This is bullshit, man. This is like no more support roaming Weaver. I mean, maybe it's not so severe on the core Weaver, but... So every time you use your Swarm, you might not have enough mana to Shukuchi, if you know what I mean. Meatpoo. It's kind of a huge nerf. Extra 40 mana. And Weaver is a hero that suffers from mana. Especially in the early game and before you get Ring of Aquila. This hero is like so bad with his mana regen early game. So when you nerf this, you're actually nerfing his early game presence just like the other heroes. They don't want him to snowball too fast in the early game, because this hero is pretty good in the mid game, to be honest. But then here comes a problem. This hero is so easy to kill if you have silence and stun. If you can stun this guy, he's usually dead because he's too squishy. So squishy until you get your Dragonlance and your Lincoln Sphere. He's still squishy, but before he gets Dragonlance and Lincoln Sphere, this guy is extra squishy. So squishy, so easy to punish. And now you nerf his mana. That means any old players that plays Dota 2 and doesn't read the patch note will have not enough mana to Shukuchi away. This is very easy. It's very easy to make a mistake like that. After you use Swarm and then you Shukuchi in, and then you're like, fuck, I can't get out anymore. Because extra 40 mana. I think, if I'm not wrong, Shukuchi is only 50 mana, right? Any Weaver spammers here? 60 mana. So that extra 40 mana can actually kill Weaver completely. If you know what I mean, Meatpoo. This is so significant to a hero like Weaver because he needs that 60 mana every time he wants to Shukuchi. Yeah, you have to bring Mango, man. For those people who don't know, they'll screw up. So if there's an enemy hero that plays Weaver, make sure you bait him to throw the Swarm and run into you, okay? So this is how you play against Weaver now. Bait him to use the Swarm, dodge it, and then bait him to Shukuchi into you with a very low HP, and then you're like, fuck, now you don't have mana. Let's try this out. Weaver has very low mana pool, to be honest. Okay, usually people will play very aggressive at level 3, right? Let's give him a level 3. Okay, this is when Weaver is gonna get aggressive. Sometimes people take 2 on this, or 2 levels on this, or 1 level on this. Depends how you want to play. So 1 Shukuchi, 2. So the cooldown is pretty big, okay? 2 Shukuchi. Okay, maybe you use 1 for the rune and 1 to dodge a stun. Okay, then now he throws the Swarm and he Shukuchis into you, and he's like, fuck, he can't get out anymore. You see? 3 Shukuchis and 1 Swarm. And this guy is fucked up. That's how bad it is, Meatpoo. This is game changing. In the laning stage. Unless that guy is smart enough to not learn the Swarm. He just put 2 and 3. Because I probably wouldn't learn the Swarm until I max 2nd and 3rd now with this new patch. But this skill is actually very strong in the early game. It's so strong that most of my viewers in my... some of my viewers in my Twitch saw me playing a support roaming Weaver, and how strong it is with his first skill, man, the Swarm. Every time I Swarm and Shukuchi in, I kill someone. 100% I will kill someone. But now if I do that, and I have to make sure I have only 3 Shukuchis after I use the swarm. So I have to time it right and get out as quick as possible. And I need Clarities and Mango with me now. I can't just rely on Aquila now. Even if I have Aquila, it's not gonna change much. Because Aquila doesn't give you too much mana. $315 after Aquila 351. It helps to regen a little bit, but not when this is 110. One. Let's see at level 5 how many times with Aquila can you do. 2. 3. With Aquila is more sufficient. 4. Okay, so that's the timing until he gets Aquila and reach level 5. Oh, this is hard for support weaver because I'll be like level 3 for a long time. And without Aquila, for sure. This is just nerfing the support weaver. And early game level 3 weaver is not overpowered now because of this. At least weaver can still dodge, but he cannot do so much damage because of that nerf on his first skill. Laning change is very balanced now, it seems. Yep, I think it's this year's patch, although I think there's too much patches. They could have reduced the patch a little bit, but overall the patches this year is actually quite reasonable compared to, you know, the years before. So slowly, although they patched smaller patch, a lot more smaller patch, I mean it makes more sense than bigger patch, but we're so tired to relearn all this patch notes every time. So I think this year they're gonna make a change on how they patch Dota. I think they're supposed to change after TI, right? So this will be the first patch, and we'll see when they're gonna release the second patch. But before that, I'll do a conclusion. I think the biggest loser or the biggest nerf in this patch will be Weaver, a roaming Weaver, and roaming Ursa. There's no more. You're not gonna see any more roaming Ursa and roaming Weaver. At least 90% less, in my opinion. At least I will think twice before I pick a roaming Ursa Weaver, because I have to plan out on mangoes and shit because of this nerf. But for core Ursa and Weaver, I don't think it's too big of a deal. But if it's a core Weaver that's trying to contest the rune with Shukuchi, make sure you count his Shukuchi right and abuse that downtime and kill him. Because usually Weaver will take the swarm at level 2, right? Shukuchi level 1, swarm at level 2, so that he can swarm you and then Shukuchi and kill you. But now he can only do 3 Shukuchi and 1 swarm. Or maybe even less at level 2. I think that's the maximum he can do at level 2, unless he has a mango. So if you count it right and you abuse the downtime and the lack of mana because of the new patch, you could probably win some good games against Weaver, man. Because I don't think, especially if you're playing in the lower tier, people will not read patch note. They'll just pick the hero they like to play. You know, there's a lot of casual players in the lower tier. Unlike the top tier guys are probably playing every day, reading every patch notes, you know, knowing their weakness and the enemy's weakness. But this is something that you guys can abuse now. I'm not sure if there's a roaming Weaver in the lower tier. I don't think so. I'm the only one in the low tier that plays roaming Weaver at the moment. and I enjoy it so much. The good news for this patch is they didn't nerf Injoker. Alright. No Injoker nerf. So Injoker is still good. You can play roaming Injoker if you enjoy that. I think they actually buffed Injoker like the previous patch a little bit. I think they buffed his Cataclysm is closer now, so it's easier to double hit someone. 6 Mangoes Weaver. Good idea, man. I would like to try that on my support Weaver next. That's a good idea. Aaron Tibaldo. Unlimited Swarm. Yeah, I think all this is just to balance the laning stage. Looks to me overall, it's just to balance, make the balance. And this nerf is actually quite big on clings at level 1. So, oh my god, less 40 HP? Oh my god, on a clings, on like one of the squishiest here in Dota 2. If you can catch clings at level 1, he's basically dead. Even if you have like a Crystal Maiden and one more hero. Maybe Crystal Maiden, Frostbite and Juggy Spin is enough to kill this guy, man. It feels like it's just that squishy now. And the rest is like okay nerfs and nerfs overall. Overall, this is all nerf in this patch. And it's all laning stage nerf. It's not so much about the mid-late game. They still basically stays the same when it scales into the late game. It's just the early game. Some heroes are too broken. Like, maybe they think Io is broken as well, but Io is like, I don't think Io is too broken in this patch. But Valve thinks it is. Less armor for Necrophos. This one second, I really don't know, man. This is the only nerf for late game, I think. Phantom Lancer, level 25 talent. The rest are all laning stage, and Spectre as well. It's an overall nerf on Spec. See, everyone scales back to the same when it gets to the late game. But Spec and PL are like late game nerfs, because this two is probably the most played, highest win rate carry in TI. So they nerfed this too. They have to. Is there anything I missed or anything you guys want to discuss before I end this video about the latest patch and what you guys feel after you played? After playing a few games, I realized one thing, that is there is less people playing Spec. Okay, that's for sure. Less Spec, less Ursa. What else do I feel? Drow is still strong, I think. Less clings. No, we'll still get the same clings, but it's easier to kill clings for sure. I can feel it, like it's a little bit easier to kill him now. So overall, there's just less Spec. Nah, that's the biggest change. Lesser Spec, for sure, in most of my games, and less Ursa. Yeah, as usual, they will Jared soon. As usual, they will always nerf the most popular hero at TI. Always, the next coming patch is always like that. And this is just 7.19B. They haven't released 7.20. And I'm not sure if we get... Did we get our points already? Whoa! look at this, boys. I got 9 out of 10 correct. Whoa. Damn. I'm a nature's prophet. Not nature's prophet, but I'm a natural prophet. Whoa. Holy shit, I'm a genius. Most combined total kills in a game is more than 100. Okay, this year is crazy, man. Everyone's fighting in the field. Usually, it will not exceed 120. Or maybe even less than 111. Combined kills in a pro tournament. This year is 146. Are you serious? Oh, and this one, thank you to whoever said, I didn't expect so many, like, 2-0 games this year. I was thinking to pick the next one, like, 50 to... I think I was about to pick 50 to 55. And then someone told me something, and then I changed my mind and changed it to 45 to 49. And I actually regret when this thing locks in, I was like, how can there be more best of, like, 2-0 games than 2-1 games in TI? I think that's impossible. I wanted to change it back, but lucky I didn't. At the end of the day, I was like, whoa, we counted. I remember we counted the bracket. And then I was like, 47, yes, I got the first one right. The rest I wasn't sure. Woohoo! I'm a god of predicts, man. Next year you have to copy mine. Or whoever copied mine this year, congratulations. Thank you, Arafik. We actually calculated, and we knew this is 47 before they even showed the results, but the rest just came out now, I think. Woohoo! Longest game of the tournament. I knew it! Because I never had a game more than 85 minutes, and like 85-minute games is like only one game in a whole year. So I don't think in the pro scene they're gonna exceed 85 minutes even, because I've been playing a lot of my party rank. I play with a lot of immortals, so even in immortal games it will never exceed 85 minutes. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get this one right. This one is because of Alchemist and Meepo. Duh! When you have Alchemist and Meepo in a pro scene, usually they'll find a way to let those heroes exceed 1000 MMR, unless the hero that plays Alchemist and Meepo every game of Alchemist and Meepo lost, and that's very impossible. I mean, at least they'll win one game, because this is not like best of 5, right? Highest GPM by hero in a game, so that's gonna happen for sure, unless no one picks those heroes or lost every game. I was thinking Abed would break this, but it was actually Sumail, right? For this one, I think it was actually Sumail. Most assists, 32 to 35. I think every year this one's the same. It's always 35. But this year, since they picked so many spec, I was expecting more than 35. I was like, fuck, this year must be more than 35, because there's so many Zeus and spec picks in TI. But it's just 35. One more assist and we're fucked up. Most death by a hero in a game, 18 is the maximum. Damn. My most death in the game is like 22 or something. Got this right. I knew the pro players are better than me. They're gonna die less than me. A little bit. I was thinking like 20. But 18? They're better than I thought. Even No-Till didn't die 18 times? With his Chan? Feels like he died more than that. Most kills by a hero in a game. 31. Yay! I know it will exceed 26. That's easy, man. I was thinking of like 33 kills maybe. 33. But it's 31. Number of heroes banned. Number of heroes picked. Got that correct. Both correct. Yeah. I think last year is the same. I think I did the same last year. 101 and 91 to 100. So it's the same as last year, I guess. Damn, Rookie, you should have bought a battle pass. For players that only did Miracle at highest skill average, he did it. Players, did I miss? Does this means I missed everything? I didn't get even one right, one correct. There's no tick in any of the corner. Did I fucked up every prediction in this one? Shouldn't copy anyone other than Hanson. No, you're wrong, Tengku Alif. Look at this. I got all this wrong. Yeah, just buy the Immortal. It's so cheap, Rookie. This one I got all wrong. Liquid didn't win. Okay, that's wrong. Let me see. Show current results. What the fuck? Player with highest kill average is Miracle? Really? More than Sumail? Then Somnus? Damn, these are always top 3 every year. I thought this year is gonna be VP, but VP sucks. Even Ame and even Anal got more average kills than no one. Are you serious? SCCC have more average kills than Ramses? This guy didn't even... This guy just dropped out in the first game in lower bracket. What? Are you kidding me? He dropped out from like the first game in the lower bracket here. Newbie versus Windstrike. Lose to Windstrike. And he still got a higher kill average than Ramses? Are you kidding me? Oh. I'm a Liquid fan gay, yes. I love Kuro too much since Dota 1. I wish he could win 2 TI in a row. I was so happy for him when he won last year's TI. I was so damn happy. I can't express how happy I am for Kuro, man. I mean, I've seen him won so many tournaments in Dota 1, but since Dota 2 he haven't got any trophies. I mean, any TI trophies. So I feel happy for him. Like, I feel like I can die already because, you know, he's got his trophy now. He's always really nice. This is all fail. This is all fail. Oh, I got one correct. Team that picks the most different heroes is Team Secret. 58. LGD picked 53. It was number 2. Optic was number 3. And Liquid was number 4. Nani? Even OG picked more heroes than VP? Are you serious? One more hero? I was correct about Team Secret. The rest, I fucked up. Every other. I'm so sorry, guys. Whoever copied all my predictions. Oh, hero predictions. I suck balls. So I only got 10. 9 here plus 1 is 10 predictions correct out of 40. It's almost the same as every year. I can only get 10 to 12 predictions right. The hell? What the hell? Dandy is gonna join VP? Are you serious? Oh yeah, we can chat about anything else. It's the end of the patch note anyway. Let's have some discussion on other stuff that you guys want to discuss. What do you guys have any news where Dandy is right now? Yeah, they have the perfect mixture of talent and chemistry for the last year's patch, but not this year's patch. They're struggling. They're struggling a little bit this year. Comeback patch is not so much of Liquid style. As much as I know about Team Liquid is they like to snowball and end the game around 25 minutes. They like to snowball and just push and end it. Get the core items right before 20 minutes or around 25 minutes, before 25 minutes, and let's go high ground and end the fucking game. If they fail to do that, they're gonna lose. What's gonna happen now to Dandy? Only God knows, Anna. I wish he's doing good, or he got some invites from other teams. Maybe I'm thinking maybe. Do you think Dandy will join Team Secret with Poppy again? Since Mid One is gone, I think Mid One is leaving Team Secret, right? Yes, this is one of the biggest reason why teams cannot win 2 TI at the same time, because next patch is not yours. Your playstyle is only good for this patch. And that's why people who have low MMR don't give up Dota. Try hard, practice more, come to my Twitch channel and chat with me and see what I can help you to improve your Dota. So when is your patch? You know, last patch, I was like 4.3k in my solo MMR. Because it's my patch. I like pushing patch just like Liquid, but this is just not my patch. So my MMR dropped. OG and Wings played just as good Dota. Yeah, you're right. If Danny's a good player, he can carry team, but he's new. I don't know, maybe he just need to take a break from Dota and rethink of how he should play it. Yeah, my solo and party was like 4.3 last patch. Both. At the highest point, both are like 4.3. But this patch is like 2.3. Oh, you don't want to upset the Dandy fanboys, Mark? Nah, it's not that easy now. Dota is not like what it used to be, and Dandy is too stuck with his old school playstyle and item build. Like I watch a lot of his game, and he still go for old school item builds most of the time, and his old school playstyle. Maybe he really need to take a break from Dota, and see how the mid laners are playing nowadays, and he has to change his playstyle a little bit, to be honest. No offense to all Dandy fans out there, but his playstyle is a bit old school. It's not like he's bad, he's good, but he need to catch up with the patch right now. That's what I'm thinking. I think he's still got his skills. His hands is still fast. Maybe he needs to masturbate a bit more than Miracle. Miracle is masturbating more than him. That's why Miracle has faster hands than him. Maybe that's how they practice nowadays. Who knows? Who knows? Anna always masturbate. Anna has really fast hands. Anna is divine. Anna is divine 5 now, is it? That's why Anna is divine 2. She masturbates 7 times a day. Fast hands. Yeah, sometimes Meat needs to play the position 1. In Chinese we call 大哥. That means the one who carry everyone on the shoulder and carry them to victory. So sometimes Meat needs to play the 大哥 role, you know, the position 1, the guy that says, come on, I'll carry you guys, like Matumba Man, and if Miracle fail, Matumba Man carries. If Matumba Man fail, Miracle carries. It's like that. Like you need two very good guy that compensate and play in the playstyle and item builds that fits in this meta right now. Dandy is too old school in my opinion. Ooh, 75k shots. I can open another one. Lol. Maybe not. I only left like the anti-mage one that I haven't unlocked. And I might not. I might save it. Probably they will update new sets for Dota Plus. Do you guys think they will add in new sets soon? First of all, new sets can boost more people from subscribing to the Dota Plus, right? I think. So now I think it's a good time to save my shots first instead of getting this set, this ugly set. Ew. I think they're gonna update Dota Plus soon, maybe after a month or 2. Right? Do you think so, Anna? I thought masturbate is why I suck at Dota. Masturbate, zombie, don't get it wrong. Masturbate, but don't come. Only masturbate for fast hands. Don't come. After you come, you'll suck in Dota because you'll be like, oh, I'm so sleepy. Don't masturbate 7 times a day and play Dota. You'll be like, I can't see shit anymore. Masturbate 7 times a day, but do not come. Okay? That's how you improve your fast hands. See? See what I mean? Game say Dota Plus is worth the money. If your Dota Plus expires, can I still use those exclusive sets? I think you can keep it, yeah. But it's not tradable or anything, so don't try and think of making money from all the sets. Does that sound familiar, Tenku Alif? That sleepy thing? FAP analysis. Fast hand analysis. If you guys haven't joined the the DotaGodTV clan, you can join my clan. It's here. So when you click in my profile, you'll see like a group here. Ooh, Use GOD group with DotaGodTV logo, 184 members. Click in it, and you can see the clan rules. You have to agree with the 5 clan rules before you join it, okay? The 5th rule is very important. Masturbate, so you will have fast hands and fast fingers. Yeah, if you don't agree with the 5 rules, do not join the clan. So, I think, is there anything else that you guys want to discuss? By the way, road to 9k commands incoming, man. Woohoo! 9k wins is a long way. 9k commands is there. It's almost there. This is a cult? No. It was there in the clan rules when I created the clan like 5 years ago. Was it 5 years ago? I can't remember. 5 years or more, for sure. And I've stopped writing articles lately because I've been doing more YouTube, you know, straight away. People like to watch video and listen more than reading articles nowadays. Kids, you know, like Anna, she likes to watch more than she likes to read now. Even I'm the same. Like when I'm lying down on my bed before sleep, I like to go and listen to what some other YouTubers are talking about, learn stuff by listening more than reading. It's just so relaxing. You watch cause I look funny. Yeah, I should be a comedian. I mean, I should be a stand-up comedian, right? I'm so good with I'm so good at talking shit. I should be a stand-up comedian. Hands down. I think everyone will vote me if I say, hey, I think I should start doing stand-up comedian jokes on YouTube. I think all of you will agree. Like, please do more. Fifth rule is the fact. See ya, Aerofake. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, now I'm gonna take a 10 minutes to 15 minutes break. And then I'll do my next video about if you guys like to trade or you guys trade a lot in the Steam market. Next video is gonna be about trading tips. I wouldn't call it a trading guide because that will make some people angry, especially the haters, because I'm not actually a professional trader, but I trade to get 2.6k or 2k battle pass every year, like here. For the new viewers, 2k battle pass every single year. Even the first year I think I got 1,000 level. So if this guide can help you, or my trading tips can help you guys to get this for free, then I'll be very happy. But I'm not telling you to copy exactly what I buy and sell, because the market is constantly changing and stuff. I'll talk more about it in the next video about trading tips. So for you guys who are interested in trading, either you're buying or making money, maybe we can have a discussion and see who can come up with the best idea and stuff. I'm a very good entertainer. Thank you, Anna. Dandy nerfed by Navi. Navi will champ. Nah, I don't know. I don't know what will happen if Dandy leave Navi. I mean, Dandy should take a break, like seriously, and really look into how people play mid now, like in a player perspective. Maybe he will learn something new that people are doing right now. I think he needs to update some information about new metas as well. Maybe watch too little and play too much. You know, sometimes you get lost. Like taking the break. Do you guys realize after TI, people are playing? Sometimes you get games that people are playing more cooperative right now compared to before TI. Do you guys realize that in your Pops games? Because I do. I was like, hey, these guys are playing like TI players now. Maybe they watch TI, but some of them who doesn't still plays like shit. My hands is props. Like that? Yeah, like that. See you later, guys, in 10-15 minutes for my next video for trading tapes. Adios, amigos. Bye.